Good morning, world. It's a really neat morning. So here we are out in the woods. It is a foggy morning out here, and it's such a neat time to be out in the woods. So I wanted to invite you along. There's a couple things in this area that I was excited to see, so I'll show you those things and just sit for a little bit and look around, watch this fog start to clear, listen for the birds. The birds have a lot to say this morning. So here we go. So right here we have one of the youngest maple trees that we've got in our forest. This is the seedling is just emerging. You can see this is the samara, or the seed. Those little helicopter seeds. So this is just cracking its shell, just peeking through. So that's sometimes folks ask if I planted our woods. No, our trees are the youngest trees that we tap are between 45 and 90 years old before we start tapping them. So it's the logging and the practices on the woods for the past 150, 200 years that have allowed our maple forest to grow in. We're also asked how we keep the understory so clear, and that's the maples. The maples have a thick canopy, and once you get an establishment of maples, young maple trees like this guy here really enjoy growing up in full shade in a really dense overstory, which the fully grown maples provide. And so that kind of that thick canopy suppresses brushy undergrowth, suppresses the kind of the fast growing, light loving, the kind of succession trees that and plants that grow in more disturbed areas. So the forest kind of it's got its own systems. The trees themselves and the trees' ancestors are much older than we are, and they've grown up and they take care of themselves. They take care of their next generation. Over here we've got Dutchman's Breeches, or squirrel corn. And these, you're starting to be able to see the flowers. And I'm trying to see if there's enough there, if I can really identify the difference just yet. Dutchman's Breeches are named such because their flowers look a little bit like a pair of breeches hanging out on a line. And they have a little yellow band, a little waistband. The squirrel corn flowers look, they're more heart-shaped, and they don't have that yellow band. And I'm thinking this is squirrel corn, but I'm not totally sure yet. Dutchman's Breeches and squirrel corn are closely related, and they are also related to bleeding heart, which you may have seen those ornamentals, those tall stalks with the big red or pink or white heart-shaped flowers. This is kind of a miniature wild bleeding heart, just native out here in the woods. You can see my coffee thermos out here. I came prepared. Right here. This is why I chose this spot today. This is my very first trillium of the year. Let's see if we can get a closer look here. So trillium, it's got the 3 leaves. And this is a young plant. They're a perennial, so it takes them several years to get to the point where they produce flowers. And so this one is a young plant. It's not going to be flowering this year. And it's got those 3 leaves. They're broad and glossy. And when they first poke through, they're all curled up. So, yeah, I can't get a really good camera angle on that, but it looks kind of more like that. And then, so this has come through maybe a couple days ago, but it's the first trillium plant that I've seen for the year. Yeah, there's a. But during trilliums bloom a little bit on the later end of the ephemeral spring ephemeral calendar, and it's so cool. I'm excited to share that with you because it almost looks like it snowed. They have these very large white flowers, and they're just thick. They're just everywhere out here. It's really stunning. Here's just a foggy morning in the woods. Sun's just breaking through. It's gonna be a beautiful day today.